everybody.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
I am Janae Strother.
I'm Sean Spencer.
Back.
We are back.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen.
I gotta go out and hold up.
Come on. New man on the so fine. Kirk Cousins.
All right. I am Janae Strother.
I am Sean Spencer.
And this is Let's Talk Football.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy, Sean Spencer, one half of that dynamic duo that is Let's Talk Football. Yes, sir. Happy Sunday to you. Hallelujah. It's your boy. You know who I'm with. But hey, this guy right here, I am so excited. You see it. There we go. I'm so hyped about it. Mr. Late Night himself, Big Nate, host of Big Nate Sports Talk Podcast, Nathan Snell.
What's up? What's going on? How are you? I'm good. Thank you.
Woo-wee.
Thank you for having me on the show. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah. I've been waiting for this.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
You know, I got some things I gotta say. I want to hear what you got to say. Look,
Sure.
Sean is running shows all day. Hey, I've been waiting to get back into this forum. You know that. Love it. I'm trying to keep up with my man Nate, man. When I see him doing 2 and 3 shows, and I'm like, man, I got to get back into my game, man.
It's just
I'm resting.
Road to greatness.
Right? Come on now, there's a little traffic. Come on with it.
Little traffic. Road to greatness.
So look, man, Nathan Snell, you are my guy, Baltimore Ravens insider, man. I mean, amazing draft, I think by most people's standards.
Sure.
You did, but there was a lot of confusing moves around the draft where it was kind of like, people were like, what's going on? There's a lot to talk about. The schedule came out. You got some tough ones.
Sure.
We're going to dive into all of this. I want to shout out, everybody who's here watching, Sid, everybody that's picking up, Miss Denise, what's going on? We're doing our NFL season entrance series where we're talking about all the individual teams, talking to a lot of my different guys, the hosts of different shows, and talking about their team and how they're feeling, what they're doing. Miss Denise, we will have a Cowboys show. I talked to Janae about it, so we can get an eye on what they're doing. I'm going to keep an eye on it so we can relay back to my team. You know how it is. Oh, here we go. Miss Anthony Handy, ain't no thing.
Y'all never let this chicken wing thing go, are y'all?
See this? Went right back to the wing. Hey, he said he want the wings. Okay. Ash, you are.
I figured that was Ash. Okay.
Yo, but let's get right into it, man. What an amazing draft. Honestly, it was an amazing draft from start to finish. You got my guy, Kyle Hamilton. And then as you go down the list, it is just big name after big name. What are your thoughts about your draft picks? Let's get into them.
Oh, for me, I went into the draft open-minded. I think that's kind of the importance. I think you should go open-minded of who you're going to get. Yeah. It was kind of hard to really truly prioritize what we needed. I mean, we needed everything but the kitchen sink because, last year it showed, health matters. Yeah. And you need depth at a lot of positions, and that's something Baltimore didn't have. Our Pro Bowl left tackle, he wasn't ready to come back. I felt like he was rushed. The guys that Billings, they were okay. Some were okay, some were not. I thought on the defensive side of the ball, I felt like we were too aggressive with no depth. I think as the season progressed, losing Marlon Humphrey was tough. Just injuries to the point where you got your last backup as a safety playing corner.
Right.
That can't happen. Right. So I felt like we really had to address everything. And I was surprised. Our 14th pick, we went with Kyle Hamilton. I was hearing that they wanted him over Jordan Davis, but Philadelphia went in there and they got him before us. So
yeah, they traded up to get him.
So I don't think we were crying really crocodile tears over because we did sign Michael Pierce. Some people kind of don't know about that one. Then trading Hollywood Brown to Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard what a lot of people have had to say. Why do we do that? One thing I think people forget to understand, historically, Baltimore has always been a run-first team.
Yep.
And I just don't, in my personal opinion, this is just with me, this is not to do with Baltimore. I just don't think you can beat teams just throwing the football.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have to run and pass the ball. And I think at times offensively, I think we were trying to satisfy certain people. And I think Hollywood Brown's a great wide receiver. I think he can thrive in certain systems, but I think he wanted to be the guy. I think he wanted to be more in a passing offense, and I can understand that. Coach Harbaugh made it clear, hey, if that's what you are, then Baltimore's not the best for you. I'm comfortable with the receiving core that we have. People also fail to realize that Rashard Bateman was hurt the first 5-6 weeks of the season.
Very true.
Utilizing Devin Duvernay and James Prochet in certain situations where you kind of could see the potential. I just think they weren't underutilized, in my opinion. And then also too, other than Mark Andrews, besides Rashard Bateman, there were down the stretch, Hollywood Brown did disappear. Mm-hmm. So it really wasn't as spectacular without over 1,000 yards. It was kind of like a mediocre 1,000 yards.
Right.
Even with Lamar not there, Tyler Huntley, he kind of just was I'm good.
Yeah.
And then I think too, Baltimore was 13th in passing the ball and 3rd in rushing. Yeah. So I think that's something that
a lot of people don't look at that. They go with the narrative.
I think there are some that refuse to look at that.
Oh, right. But I mean, they go with the narrative of he can't pass, he can't this, and everybody has an issue with he doesn't have any different wide receivers, this and that. If we already know this is a running offense, if we already know this offense, you play to your strength. You know what I mean? You play to win the game. What did Herm Edwards say? And if you are more successful with the run, but you can still pass and pass at a high rate, I mean, it's not about the big name receivers, you guys. A lot of times say what receivers you got. You have receivers. They're just not household names.
No, they're not.
You know what I mean? And
we won the Super Bowl, the first Super Bowl with Quadri Ishmael, Brandon Stokely, Travis Taylor. No, he was actually a rookie. No, he was on that team. Patrick Johnson.
Right. Not household names. And you go back, both of them. I mean, even the second one, you had a couple guys. You had Anquan Bolden and Torrey Smith. But even some of the lesser guys, you're like, these aren't household names. So that's just never been the Ravens thing. They're not getting the big name T.O. and all these. I mean, they might get somebody like Des Bryant late in his career when he's just desperate to play anywhere. You know what I mean? But they're not going to get these other big name receivers. And if Hollywood wants to be Hollywood, his name's Hollywood, man. He calls himself Hollywood Brown. He wants to be flashy. He wants to be in one of these high, places where they throw the ball a lot, and respect to them. And not even that is they throw it more. It's just that here they're not. The focus is on the run, and the pass is it helps the run. It's all helping, how the offense is run, and you're not going to get. It's not about you as a person. Some of these young receivers want it to be about me. He came out of Oklahoma where it was about him. You know what I mean? Yep. That's just me. That's my personal thing.
Yeah, I see some comments.
They're here. They're here.
Definitely here.
As you're saying, you're always complaining about Lamar has no one to throw to. Now what?
Next comment.
Wide receiver want to get paid, so they're going to try to go where they can be the guy. Okay. They do
That's
want to
true.
be the
I
guy.
agree with that.
Yeah. He says you're not going to win a championship like that, in my opinion. Well, depends.
It depends.
Because if that is the rushing offense that is successful, and that you can pair the pass. A lot of these teams, even you look back at those Ravens teams, the first one in 2000, that offense was putrid. That offense was awful.
Awful. Where Tony Banks I think it was like 7 straight weeks without a touchdown.
Right,
Tony Banks was
off of a
starting.
touchdown. If you can get that defense in which you guys have addressed in the draft,
and also too, you didn't even got to look back with Ravens this past AFC Championship game. Kansas City Chiefs got exposed.
Yeah.
They had no answers for the Bengals in the second half of that game. So I think you have to mix up your playbook. I look at the last Super Bowl champions; all have big passing games. Okay.
Well, I mean but then there have been some off years where random other teams have won it. That Ravens team was a random other team. You know what I mean? So it could happen in the right circumstance.
Good for him quietly saying, "Hey, this isn't working for me, what I want out." Yeah, but and also too, you got to give Eric DeCosta and them credit. They talked about it. He did make it. He made it very really clear. If you watch the press conference, he said he wanted to keep Hollywood Brown. He wanted to exercise the fifth-year option, but the biggest issue was paying him. Mm-hmm. When you look at these other guys, Devontae Adams, others, they've gotten their money. AJ Brown, and this is just a league thing. I could find somebody cheaper in the draft. They tried to look for one in the draft, but Drake London went to Atlanta. James, I think after the 12th, 11th pick, all the wide receivers that they wanted were gone. So I think they're going to make up for it. They got some undrafted free agents. I think like a couple of them, like off the top of my head, Steve Sladen's one. There's a couple others that I can't think of off the top of my head, but they got quite a good number of them. So,
I'm saying definitely a run first team, no doubt. But need a passing game to complement. And Bateman is unknown. If he's your stud, he's not going to cut it. He don't think he's going to cut it. And
who was
that? Sid.
Okay.
I think I actually have high regards for Bateman. I think Bateman's going to dominate this year. When he did play last year, he was solid. He just is not featured in the offense. Andrews is clearly the number one. And, I mean, I think you can have a tight end as number one. Kansas City has proved that. And they're going to prove that again this year with Kelsey. So, personally, I think Bateman, we'll see what he does. But,
especially coming off of, again, when he didn't play like the first 6 weeks of the season.
Right. And his rookie year.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
They kept on the low, though. Yeah, they did.
It was a big drama like those dealing with it. Right.
Yep.
He was I agree with that. Mine as well.
Yeah.
He was definitely depressing in there. But look, let's go into these picks. You said we got Kyle Hamilton, who I absolutely wanted. Number 2, and something that's definitely needed, Tyler Linderbaum, center. I mean, that's a huge pickup for you guys, talking about that O-line.
I think that should have been a priority of building the offensive line. Really after Orlando Brown Jr. was traded.
Yeah.
I felt like we didn't do that. I think signing Alejandro Villanueva was just a panic pick. Not really sold on Jawan James.
Mm-hmm.
I think getting Morgan Moses was nice. We gave Bradley Bozeman a contract extension. We offered him one, but he turned it down. I don't know why. But we definitely needed a center. I was seeing the Ravens could sign the Trotter from Cleveland, or they could get this guy, and I was kind of like, let's see if they can find one in the draft. So I like Linderbaum. So I think, again, this past season, offensive protection
it's a necessity.
This is a necessity.
You stole. That's exactly who Ash wanted. Said she had pain. She was big and bad about losing Linderbaum. All she feels is pain. She was all about, because she's a huge Iowa fan. And she said Dallas definitely needed that O-line. Playing the vibe. Yes. Oh, there it is. Moving down the list, and I know Kate will like this. Picking up edge rusher David Ajabu, who I think was a steal. We know about the injury.
Yes.
But I'm excited about this. How are you feeling about this one?
I like it. I was surprised he was actually right there for the taking. I was like, Baltimore took him. We definitely needed to continue to work on the linebacking edge. I know he's not going to be ready for this upcoming season. I know Melvin Ingram went to Miami, so probably just bring back Mr. Justin Houston if they want to. I think definitely building that linebacking core. We got Patrick Queen, Malik Harrison, and then Webb, excuse me.
Yeah.
They're definitely trying to build that front seven. They're definitely trying to build it. And when I said, wow, when I had him in the first round,
Yeah.
I didn't realize his draft stock was going to be that badly affected because of the injury. So
right.
I like it.
Yeah. Yeah. And then moving down to let's another sleeper pick that a lot of people are finding out after the combine and after Senior Bowl, Travis Jones out of UConn, defensive lineman, 3rd round. How do you feel about that?
Well, again, like I said, we wanted Kyle Hamilton over Jordan Davis, and nose tackle is something we definitely need. We did sign Michael Pierce. Justin Ellis, I think he went to the Jets, and we didn't re-sign Brandon Williams. So I think we had to develop a nose tackle. I think that was kind of something that was lacking the past couple of seasons was a big guy in the middle. I'm not saying Brandon Williams or Justin Ellis were those guys, but it just was lacking aggression. And Nakobe Dean was there. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually took him. Like, oh, you got David and Nakobe. Like, interesting.
Right.
So,
right.
But I'm not mad at Travis Jones because I think he'd be a good defensive tackle. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they've been definitely giving him. There's a lot more attention on him since the combine, and into the draft. Next, round 4, you got Daniel Falalele out of Minnesota.
Yeah, that was one of Rashard Bateman's teammates. I was actually surprised. I actually had him going in the 1st round. For me, I value offensive linemen. I do.
Yeah.
And again, the priority is building an offense line around Lamar. I think that's key. Still, I mean, he's raw, but I think he'll develop into a good offensive lineman for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, you might even see him in some situations where he might get the ball on the goal line.
Mm-hmm. Hey, with that size, my man's huge.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Hey, but again, it addressed the need. You've been talking about it all season and off season. O-line is definitely something that you wanted to pad. Something you want to make sure you get more protection for Lamar Jackson. You did that with Linderbaum pick and with this one as well. So that's definitely been a clear direction you guys have been going. And another thing that really affected you late in the season, you talked about it before, where you had your last safety in a depth chart coming in playing corner. You guys went and picked up a corner from Alabama in the 4th round, Jalen Armour-Davis.
That was for Ozzie Newsome.
Yeah.
Ozzie Newsome, for some reason, loves Alabama guys. Like, we definitely need another playmaker. Tavon Young, I was not a fan of him getting that 3-year deal in the first place, one, because of injuries, and we let him go. Anthony Aaron went to Oakland. I think would definitely be a good playmaking physical corner. There's some questions about him against the pass, but I think he's more like against the run.
Yeah,
he's really good. He's really solid. So,
yeah, we do have a question. I said, Nate, are you worried that the Ravens haven't given Lamar a contract yet?
Who's that from? Who's asking that question?
I said,
no. Is that? Hold on, 1 second.
Yep. I'm not. Well, maybe I am. No, I honestly, to be quite honest with you, I think that, he is trying to get to that level. He wants that validation of saying, I'm not just somebody that can get you to the playoffs. I want to get you farther in. And look, the Ravens were 8-3 last year before the injuries and all those things started kind of breaking down the season. I believe, honestly, these guys are going to make a serious run this year in a very tough division, and I think that's definitely going to help them with their seeding. And they're gonna run deep in the playoffs. Watch out. So, and that's what he wants. He wants to have that to be like, all right, now pay me, now up the ante. But it's dangerous because, like we've seen, a lot of people get hurt off that. You know what I mean? So
okay, I'm back.
Yeah.
So no, I am not worried that he's not gotten a contract yet. I think he's trying to see what the moves that Eric DeCosta needed, the things that needed to be addressed. I think he wanted to see that first, but I'm not worried about it. They'll give him a contract.
Yeah, it'll happen. It'll happen, no doubt. So after the 4th round pick, the corner that you picked up, you made a selection in the 4th round, the 128th pick that I absolutely love, and I wish Washington would have got Charlie Kolar out of Iowa State. I have been ranting and raving about this guy since the fall. He is a big tight end. He's a pass catching tight end. He's got big size, so he can block well as well. I love this guy. I absolutely do. So the fact that you got him on your squad, I am so jealous of that. What are your thoughts on Charlie Kolar?
Well, I think for me, they need to find somebody start developing some guys behind Mark Andrews, because Nick Boyle and Josh Oliver simply haven't panned out. Boyle wasn't the same after his injury, and Josh Oliver, I thought a change of scenery from Jacksonville would have helped him, but he just never caught on. I think he's more for, like I said, depth. I mean, I know they restructured Nick Boyle's contract, and I could see Josh Oliver being cut. So he's definitely showing flashes. He could definitely be a good blocker. He definitely be he could find some he could get himself open in certain zone defensively when passing the ball. So I can see Baltimore going back to that 2-3 tight end offense. I kind of can see that.
Oh yeah, and he'll definitely help you to open up the field downfield. Ashton, wrong Iowa team for tight end. Yeah, hey, we know you love your Iowa Hawkeyes. It's all gravy. This man's a monster. I'm gonna tell you. And hey, keep continually going down the list. You made a move. You had your 3rd pick in the 4th round, and you addressed special teams.
Well, Sam Cook is Jordan Stout. Everyone was like, we should have got the punt god, but Jordan Stout.
Oh yeah, Matt Ariza. Come on now.
I mean, I think they'll both be great punters in the league.
Yeah.
I mean, Sam Cook's not getting any younger. I think he'd be 38, 39.
Oh wow.
Going into the season, so it's just somebody a replacement for him, and you're holding the ball for the field goal god, Justin Tucker. You can't hold the snap, you got to go.
Oh yeah.
So but I think Jordan Stout will do just fine.
Bear with me for 1 second.
Yep.
It all came at once. All right. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, so that is an interesting move. You don't see a lot of people getting punters at this time, but if it again, filling a need. And I think a lot of people get caught up in when it comes to the draft and getting the big name players. I like this at this position. But it's about where the team is looking for, not just for this year, but in the future, going forward. And getting this punter is a huge move. I don't know much about this guy at all. Obviously, Matt Ariza was the big name guy. So,
I mean, my research, he had 5. He was 2nd at Penn State. I think he had like 5 field goals, 50 plus yards. So, yeah. I mean, at the pro day, he was pretty much as a holder.
Yeah.
Nothing more.
So, well, hey, if you're holding it for Tucker, man, there you go. Just don't mess up. Laces out. All right, let's go. And another pick in the 4th round. You guys really made a killing in this 4th round. You get somebody that is very he's not as well known, but I've watched a lot of Coastal Carolina football. Isaiah Likely, a tight end, who's basically almost like a wide receiver.
Like a Darren Waller.
Yeah. He is quick. He has a big play ability. This man can catch. I love that you guys got him. The fact that and a lot of people are not going to understand this, but you guys have, in my opinion, the best tight end room in the league right now, with Mark Andrews starting, with Charlie Kolar, with Isaiah Likely. All 3 of these guys are playmakers at tight end. Yeah. I mean, you think about running that 2 tight end, 3 tight end set. all three of those guys can break out and make a big play if Lamar doesn't run. I think that was a huge move by you guys. Have you seen any footage on Isaiah?
I've seen the footage, and Eric said it after the draft. You know, he values tight ends. I think that was I think that's a priority. I mean, like I said, I think again he wanted to get some depth behind Mark Andrews. I mean, they were the best available tight ends in the draft.
Yeah,
and I mean, I don't know. I think they're really trying to develop the offense. So, just yeah, I like it. I'm kind of curious to see. They're probably going to put him at wide receiver. You'll probably see him in some certain situations. Yeah. So,
he has that kind of ability. He definitely has the speed to be able to run with those corners and the size to play to big body him if necessary. So I like what that adds to your team. And you again in the fourth round, another pick. You got a corner again addressing a need. Demarion Williams out of Houston. Addresses a need. I mean,
yeah, more depth.
You know,
definitely more depth. I mean, I can see him potentially making the team because again, I think he'd be more of like an insurance policy for Marcus Peters, Marlon Humphrey, whatever happens.
Right.
I thought that was key. I thought that was actually smart to get two corners in the draft.
Especially with what happened towards the end of the season where you lost in succession, like both big name corners, and you're down to the bare minimum, like you were saying.
Minimum.
Like this was you need
guys off the street,
right?
Oh, it's brutal. I mean, I'd say the only kind of really beneficial one was Tony Jefferson, but I shouldn't rely on. I mean, no disrespect to Tony Jefferson, but yeah, that was ugly.
No, wasn't happening. And last, most certainly not least, you had one pick in the fifth round. Somebody that I love. This guy. I told Anthony about this guy on the fall. Out of Missouri, Tyler Beatty, running back. This guy is a baller. I don't know how many people have actually watched him play. This guy can flat out play. He's in the SEC, and Missouri is not the biggest school out there, and they get dealt with quite frequently. But this man is consistently getting 150, 200 yards, just playing big name ball. They had another guy that went to the Chargers, I believe, Leonard Roundtree, the third. He was a guy who was ahead of this guy who's breaking all these records. I'm telling you, watch out for Beatty. If he gets in that rotation at running back, he's going to be something, man.
Yeah. And I think he's going to compete for that third spot behind Dobbins and Gus Edwards. Justice Hill, I think I can see more of a special teams guy. I mean, they're probably most likely going to start on the physically unable to perform list. I could see that for both Edwards and Dobbins. So I do expect Tyler to definitely get some reps in preseason.
Oh yeah,
and you might be seeing him week 1 behind Lamar. So definitely seeing that.
Oh yeah, definitely. Let me get it. Kyle Yates says, I disagree. I think under the right system, the Falcons have the best tight end pool. Pitts, Fitzpatrick, Hess, and Fursker, especially with Smith. In one area, Ravens scary secondary. Yes, secondary's getting right. Still stick with my Ravens. I think those two rookies, they're gonna shock some people this year. But yeah, hey, whenever you got Pitts is definitely a man amongst boys out there. So when you got Pitts out there, I'll take a pay attention to them. I think the Falcons are gonna be somebody that's gonna shock some people this year. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad Kyle is here. Kyle Yacy, Anthony Handy, myself, Tuesday night, 8 p.m. We will be on here talking Falcons talk, their team, their Atlanta Falcons, talking about how they feel about the draft, the schedule that's coming up, part of our season preview series. I definitely am looking forward to that. I know they got a lot to say about their stuff, and we'll try to limit the amount of impersonations that Anthony Handy does. Gotta keep going. Okay? Let's get it. So I'm gonna go right into what you're thinking. You see the picks. A lot of people are thinking very positively and very optimistically about you guys. What's your grade for the Ravens for the draft?
A.
Yep.
Solid A.
Yeah.
I think they would. I think and I have to give Eric DaCosta much respect because this was really his true first off season in draft to see what he was going to do, and he went in there with a plan. Like he already knew he was going to take. I was surprised Kyle Hamilton was there. I thought he was gone by.
Again, you're welcome. You're welcome. If he was still there at 16, if you would have passed, we would have got him.
Like I said, I was kind of hoping Marquise would have stayed, but I understand. I wish him all the best. Because that was Eric's first pick.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't know that. But he did the necessary things that he had to do. He had to build depth. He got two good, very offensive linemen, and particularly Lindenbaum definitely takes the elephant in the room was needing a center. I was not sold on Patrick McCarry. Left guard is I like Ben Powers because we had a super fan. He passed away a couple years ago. Rest in peace, Mo Gabba. That's a sentimental pick.
Yeah.
So, I think he'll develop more, but he addressed depth, and I think he did what he had to do in this draft. So
yeah. I got to agree.
I wasn't expecting. I said, man, we have that many fourth round picks. I'm thinking he's going to trade them for something.
Right. Well, that's the thing. Just in the fourth round alone, that's an A right there, man. Because the amount of picks you got in that fourth round and all quality picks. I thought he did an excellent job, man. And shout out to him. Kyle says, does Baltimore take the division this year? It's become a very scary division, much like the NFC West. You want to wait till after we do the schedule?
Yes, I'll wait. I'll answer that after.
And Anthony says, hey, now, just because I'm doing yard work and not commenting doesn't mean I can't hear the shots fired. Hey, you know what's coming. Bang, bang. Let's go. Skill. All right. That's as far as that goes. Let's get it. So last Thursday night, I actually talked to you about this, and Nathan, I talked to a lot of you guys about this. We did a schedule release day where we talked about all the games, talked about a couple of our teams. You and I have actually talked about your team and the Ravens and how their schedule looks and the kind of things we're going. But before we do that, before we talk about regular season, preseason, you and I and potentially maybe Cameron and Kat might be going up to see the Washington is coming to play
the battle of
sister
I-95.
Yep.
The Beltway City.
We're going to M&T Bank Stadium. I'm excited about that.
Sure. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. I just don't want you to cry too much when we beat you, but I'm just saying. Trash talk started.
Words, more action.
Let's go, baby.
Wait, hold on. The last time we played you, didn't we beat you guys?
Okay. We got to move on. I do not want to talk about that. No, let's go into the Ravens schedule release. It was a lot of anticipation for this moment to see what they had. Yeah.
Before we get into that, I do want to take this opportunity to apologize. Ladies and gentlemen, I've not had the opportunity to really look at the schedule. This would really be my first look around with Sean, because I've been focused on some other stuff with my podcast, and then have other stuff outside of YouTube. That's taking my focus. This is really the first time I'm really looking at the schedule. So
there we go. All right, and it's going to be up on screen when it goes out. I can bring it back.
Sounds good.
Here we go. Starting with the Jets, and then in the second week, you start with the AFC East. Jets,
you gotta be
Dolphins,
joking.
Patriots, and Buffalo. Wow. Then the AFC champions in the Bengals, the Giants, the Browns, and the Buccaneers. Wow, I'm going to bring that back up. Oh, man. the Saints, and then you finally get a bye week. And week 10, then you got the Panthers, Jacksonville, Russell Wilson in Denver, Pittsburgh, the Browns, the Falcons, the Steelers, and the Bengals one more time. I do not envy you.
Why did they do that? Why are they doing that to us for a second year in a row? We got to play the AFC North consecutively like that. That is ridiculous.
That's rough. Yeah, playing the East is going to be rough. That's
I'm not afraid. I like the Jets. I think that's going to be a good game. Zach Wilson versus Lamar Jackson. Tyreek and the Miami Dolphins. That's going to be interesting. I'm not scared of Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick, and he drafted Cole Strange. Just look at the team.
Yeah, right.
And then
he was getting blown up.
Josh Allen. That's an AFC Championship rematch because we lost. Lamar got hurt, so that's definitely a rematch. I'm not mad at that. That's actually a good testament that we got to face Cincinnati. So we start on the road, and then we have 2 home games.
Mm-hmm.
Usually always. We got to face Mr. Dimple Chin himself.
Oh yeah,
Tom
Mr. Trophy, Mr. What we call that guy around here?
Let it go.
I'm not letting anything go.
Oh man. Oh wow.
Mr. Trophy Thrower, I'm not letting anything go. This man's back in the league now.
Mr. Avocado Ice Cream.
Yeah.
Avocado ice cream. Interesting.
Yeah, this guy.
New Orleans, Tampa. They got the bye. They usually do the bye week like after week 7. So the bye week for us is kind of a little late this year.
Week 10. Very
different. But I'm not liking. It's interesting that we got to play Pittsburgh, Cleveland, and then do practically the same thing. Pittsburgh on New Year's Day, and then Cincinnati.
Yeah.
So I mean, like to me, I think the biggest test of the schedule is Buffalo. Because it's got for you, Josh Allen. Okay, you were going up against the divisional winner in Cincinnati. Then I'm curious to see what the Brownies with. That's if Sean Watson plays.
Well, right. If they suspend him, we're gonna see.
Does that make me crazy? You know what? No, I'm not. I don't see him getting suspended. I feel like they're not going to even suspend.
That make me crazy.
I feel like he's just going to get away with. I think they're not going to do anything about it. And I'm not joking when I say that. I feel like they just let it act like nothing happened.
What? What?
I think he should be suspended the whole season. I do.
Right.
But knowing
you don't think anything's going to happen?
Knowing Roger Goodell and knowing the NFL when it comes to domestic violence and those kind of things like that.
Yeah.
Don't get me started.
Yeah, they haven't talked. They haven't, Kraft. We haven't heard anything about Kraft after he was caught up in one of them little situations. So, yeah. So, very, very, very interesting. And he is at Cleveland, so that might be punishment enough.
We get Dimple Chin on a third. I call him really quick. I call him Mr. Dimple Chin. Oh yeah, because shout out to Miles Dawkins. Miles Dawkins 24/7 Productions. He's a YouTuber. He does a lot of Madden stuff, and every time I see him do YouTube, he always has Tom. There's always Tom Brady featured in it. Oh yeah. So he calls him Mr. Dimple Chin himself. We play him on a Thursday night.
Kate's here. You got my Tommy. Oh yeah.
Is that Kate?
Yeah, that's Kate.
Hey, Katie. What else am I looking at?
That is the GOAT. Okay, that's going to be a good game. I can't wait to see that one.
I don't understand, but this is the third straight year in a row that we're playing 3 road games against division opponents. Mm-hmm. Last time I saw that happened was 2002, after the division got the alignment. Yeah. I should remember that because we played. I think it might have been 2016. Since then, I think it was only 11 road division games.
Yeah.
And we went 4-7, and we're now 3-2 since Lamar's taken over.
Yeah.
So I read that somewhere. That was an interesting stat.
Huh.
Like I said, we got to face Cincinnati week 9 and then week 18.
Right.
So you know there's going to be some payback.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure. And especially from what they remember what Jamar Chase and them did last year, where they kept passing to get. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what happened to his screen. I was just seeing if you remember. I didn't know if you remembered that.
Plain and simple. We got our ass whooped. That's okay. I got Joe. I got Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase.
Hey, Kate.
What else am I looking at? Like,
realistically, what do you think? What record are you giving yourself? I'm gonna bring it up one more time, and I'm gonna do one in my head, and I want to see what you give yourself.
Well, when you're not having a good year, good season, you always tend to play the bad teams.
Mm-hmm.
And like the AFC East this year is I'm going to call it. I guarantee it's a bloodbath.
Ooh, yeah.
Have 8 or more wins.
Yeah.
Predicated on health, we get 6 guys back who were out last year, and then Lamar Jackson healthy. There's some guys that got chip on their shoulders.
Oh yeah,
because we lost 5 games by 3 or more points last year. I'm going to say the Baltimore Ravens win the AFC North.
What?
That make me crazy.
I think it's Baltimore, then Pittsburgh, Cincy, and then Cleveland. I think that's how the AFC is going to pan out this year.
Wow.
Okay. Baltimore and Pittsburgh kind of had the bad luck of injuries, to me, in my opinion, down the stretch. The Browns are the Browns. And Cincinnati, I don't know. It's kind of hard to repeat that success.
Yeah. Yeah.
That success.
That's the thing. I don't necessarily think fluke, but I do think that you caught lightning in a bottle, and we're very close to getting the ring, to get the trophy. I don't know if you can bring that back. I mean, because you're the target on your back now, so.
No, I definitely agree. I feel like,
yeah.
I think for us it was different because when you lose 20 plus guys and you were up until the last week of the season to get into the playoffs and you don't get in, there's definitely a chip on your shoulder.
Oh yeah. When you can taste it, you were so close, and that game went to overtime. You know what I mean? So sorry about that. Again, I
at home.
Oh God. I know our friend Sydney was pretty excited about that, but
I knew they were going to win anyway that game. I knew it just going into the game. I just I knew we were going to lose. So
Kate says, I just hope Ajabu gets healthy for you to be able to play this season. He'll be a great addition to your defense.
If Absolutely. He does, it's probably towards the tail end of the season. Yeah. So, because I know Harbaugh kind of said it too. They're kind of taking a different approach on how learning the certain workouts and different things like that. They're trying to do more to preserve these guys, which is actually smart. So I'm kind of curious to see how that's implemented. I know the rookie mini camp's off to a good start.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of curious to see how, like I said, predicated on health. I'll say 12, 13 wins.
Oh, okay. I like that. I can see that. Yeah, because Kyle's sitting there saying I think the Patriots could be a bust. That Mac, his sophomore season, Mac Jones. I
This
think
is his
that
second year.
yeah, that sophomore slump is a real thing. So let's see how that plays out. Katie said the Harbaughs are so smart. Oh my goodness. Would he been smart if he was in Minnesota? Kate, come on, babe. Oh, real quick, definitely want to shout out Miss Anonymous, Miss Nora. Shout you out on your prom. You looked great, mom and daughter. You guys looked amazing. I hope you had the best time at your prom. Everything looked fun. Everybody looked like they were smiling and happy. Glad she said yes to the dress. It was an amazing dress. Kat and I were both looking at it like, oh my God, that's such a great dress. So, hey, shout out to Kate. I saw you in the comments, so I wanted to make sure I got a chance to say that. Yep, she looked beautiful, Kate. No doubt. No doubt. So, yeah, 12 wins. Okay, optimistic. I personally said 10. I said 10, but there's a couple of those tough games I think you guys can split. And I don't know fully what Cincinnati's going to be.
And I don't know what we're going to look like against Miami. Buffalo.
I gave you those first three. Buffalo was the first loss I had you guys having.
Wow.
Yeah, I gave you those first three because personally, and I'm gonna bring it up here one more time.
Who said? Now, did you see that schedule?
Ash.
She's talking about Baltimore's or
yours.
I think that's a 12, 13. I say, like you said, anywhere from I'll say like from the 10 to 13 win range.
Yeah,
easily. I think so. Like, but again,
I'm thinking me personally, I say Jets, Dolphins, Patriots, Giants, Browns, Saints, Panthers, Jaguars, Steelers, Browns, Falcons.
That's who we're beating?
Yeah.
You think Sierra can beat Lamar Jackson?
I think they're gonna never know, bro. Look.
Have to beat the Dolphins? Who's that?
That's Kate.
Okay.
That's Kate. Yeah. Somebody's very excited about the Dolphins. Look, Ash, I'm dead.
And then something happened at Mile High, the stadium where it caught on fire, somewhere,
oh wow,
somewhere in the upper seats.
Oh,
but no, I realistically, I think the toughest games I think aren't going to come really until September. You got Miami, Buffalo. I'm going to say Tampa. The Saints, I don't know with Michael Thomas. I don't know what that situation with that is. I don't know about Alvin Kamara. I don't know that's up with that one. And I don't know if Jameis Winston. I'm sure he'll be back healthy. Those are really and then Buffalo, those are really the top really 4 games I think I'm be paying attention to closely. Yeah. And Cincinnati. Yeah. I know we're probably going to split one of those games more than likely with Cincy.
So let's go bring right down into it. So which are those 4 games? Those are the ones you're most excited about? Like what are the ones that you're
I know for me, the Dolphins, because we went down there and we looked like a shell of ourselves. I would have had guys taking the Greyhound back. I'm not doing that. That was
a huge shock for a lot of people. Nobody expected Miami to play and win the way they did that game. So, you didn't look like you expected it either.
Nope. I wasn't expecting Sammy Watkins to stop right at the end zone, not catch the ball neither.
Yeah.
And then I didn't.
Yep.
Moving on.
Yeah, right. You're not bitter.
That's one game. Josh Allen versus Lamar Jackson.
Yes.
2.
Yes.
I want to see that one for sure. But actually, it's a third matchup. So it's tied 1-1.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be interesting. That offense against our defense, there our offense. That's going to be interesting to see
Mm-hmm.
those two look.
Kate said Joey B has some bodyguards this season. That's sophomore year. Let's see if Joey B can Let's see if he can get this thing going. Smoky smooth.
Dimple Chin.
Her other man. Tom Terrific.
That's. I mean, I don't know. That's a game I'm excited about, but I mean, Lamar Jackson and Tom Brady. That's definitely a game I would like to see for sure.
Exactly.
Russell Wilson versus Sierra versus Lamar Jackson. 2. That's how.
Had to see. Yeah, I was say had to see her fare the first time.
Well, we went into Seattle and we beat them. But no, Russell Wilson versus Lamar. We beat them. So
yeah, Dimple Chan is gonna beat you. Bang bang.
I'm actually curious. I'm really more looking forward to Pittsburgh. For us playing in Pittsburgh, I've always enjoyed watching us play them. Ever since I was a kid, it's just something about the Baltimore-Pittsburgh rivalry. Mm-hmm. There's just something special about it,
especially late in the season. You know it's going to be playoff implications all around. I love it.
I'm still on the wagon that TJ Watt will break Michael Strahan's single season sack record. I'm guaranteeing that.
You basically did this year almost.
He should have broke it this year, but I think he's going to do it again this year.
Oh yeah, it's going to be interesting.
So I mean, those are the games I'm excited about. I mean, Carolina, Cleveland, New Orleans. I don't know what New Orleans team I'm looking at. Michael Thomas.
Now, I want to bring your attention to one game that I know you have circled, and it's in the middle of an AFC North stretch. You got the Steelers, Browns, and then you finish with the Steelers, Bengals. But in the middle, they got that Atlanta Falcons game.
The Dirty Birds.
Have you given any thought to the Atlanta Falcons that game?
Yes, because my boy Cordero Patterson.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So and then I'm a fan of Kyle Pitts. I like them drafting Drake London.
Yeah. How would you instruct, like, because you're probably gonna get Cordero on your fantasy team? How would you instruct your D now? Because you're like, all right, I want you to score some points, but you can't win the game. How would you play that, or would you bench Cordero on your team just for out of principle?
I'd still play him.
Yeah,
I mean, but even in the beginning of the season, like down the stretch, Cordero let me down.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
He let me down. He definitely let me down.
Oh, yeah.
So that's actually going to be pretty good. So I'm we gotta get a little break, like 3 consecutive. We get again. I think we're going to. It said we're going to play them on the 17th or the 18th. Cleveland, did I see that right?
Yeah. Let me see. That's weird. Right here.
It said
week 4.
The
one's on the 11th and one's on the 19th.
Well, I read it somewhere with. Okay, that probably won't get rescheduled.
Yeah.
So we get
a lot of those might be flexed.
Yeah.
And one might be on a Thursday. It might be a little closer, but we shall see.
The Christmas Eve game and the New Year's Day game.
Oh yeah. Cleveland comes to Washington on New Year's Day. It's gonna be interesting. I might have to knock that one out with some friends. Yeah, man. So all right. Hey, look, it's a rough schedule, but there are some games. You are that type of team, so this is to be expected. Oh, here it comes. Week 16 coming for you.
What are you coming from?
He's coming for your Ravens.
Should he be focused on rebuilding?
Ooh, bang bang. Where you at, Anthony? Where you at? Got to get together. Yay! It's gonna be interesting. I'm eager to see, especially if both teams are in the playoff hunt. I want to see how that thing's played out, Mr.
Can I just
Marcus
make a
Mariota.
prediction? Just for Kyle and Anthony.
All right.
The Atlanta Falcons are going to win 9 games.
Ooh.
That make me crazy.
Ooh. Oh, wait a minute. He's still there. Shouldn't you be focused on getting ready for some wings? You see the face. There's your response.
Y'all need to get off me about these chicken wings. I'm not eating this. I'm not eating it. No.
Oh, my goodness. Nathan,
I refuse.
I actually just ordered some. I mean, they're not bad, man. It's okay. And the game will be. Hey, Nathan said, "Hey, if you come up here, he'll have the conversation. He'll still tell you no, but he'll have the conversation about the wings. If you come up to Baltimore, I mean, come on now." Yeah, buddy. Yeah, but hey, look, I'm looking forward to this upcoming season. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens, but I'm more looking forward to that first game, Washington. And that preseason game where Washington comes to M&T Bank, gonna hang out. Cameron, myself, my guy Nathan, and Kat will be going to that game. Anybody else wants to join, definitely show up there. It would be a good time.
Definitely.
And we're gonna try to see if we can go a little live over there, and start our live in-person, series where we're at the games and reporting from the games and get different people to do different games. It's gonna be exciting. We got big plans, man, but I'm ready to get this thing going, man. Nathan, I appreciate you hopping on and giving me time. I'm going to give you a minute, talk to the people. What are you going to be doing? What season are you on? When are you going live? What's up?
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. So for me, season 7 is coming to a close. Now that we're getting ready for the NBA Conference Finals, I want to start the new season on that. We're actually on season 8 of the podcast. Last couple things I've been doing, I've been focusing on the WNBA. This is the opening. Just got over the opening week now, which has been really good. Been kind of dealing with the league pass, which has been kind of a pain, but everyone able to watch some good basketball games. Trying to get in there with some baseball. Orioles have been playing great. And a couple games they've lost to the Tigers. Trying to keep up with, like I said, with that. Trying to keep up with hockey. Trying to keep, trying to watch as many sports as I can, but it's kind of hard to keep up with. So I definitely had a couple videos planned tonight. I do have an NBA mock draft coming up at some point. I'll have that out because the NBA draft is coming in as we're getting ready for the NBA draft. I've had people ask me would I do stuff on hockey. I watched the Capitals lose to the Panthers in overtime.
Yeah.
But it's hard to keep up with the games. So, college basketball, we're still in the off season for that. Football too, college football. So right now it's just WNBA, baseball, and then getting ready for the NFL, and then the NBA off season. Still got the playoffs, and then the NBA off season. So yeah, it's definitely gonna be some good content out there. My YouTube channel is one Nathan Snell, Snell. Definitely check me out. My episodes are not 2-3 hours long anymore. I'm gonna put that out there.
Yes, he's definitely shrunk them down, guys. I'm telling you, it's dope now.
Yeah, so definitely check it out. I've always asked people also to give me suggestions to talk about different things like you like me to talk about on the podcast. So definitely check me out.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this man is tearing up the late night waves. He is dominating the game, man. He's coming on and giving great content. It's in depth. You can tell the research has been done. The analysis is very objective. He's looking at all different angles, and and I love you say to be diverse in thinking. Hey, you have your opinion, I have mine. We're gonna try to get to a common goal if we can, but if not, we're gonna still continue to talk about this stuff and give our opinions and do this stuff. So we love doing it, man. And anytime I got people doing the same thing I'm doing, you already know I'm supporting them, helping them out. So hey, on the road to riches, just a little bit of traffic, man.
Absolutely.
Doing that thing. So we thank you guys so much for joining us. We definitely hope you appreciated this Baltimore Ravens little breakdown we did.
Oh, is that Ash?
Yeah, it's Ash. Love you, Nate. Even though I hate your Ravens. Yes. Love this family, man. Let's
Oh,
talk
my
football
goodness.
family, baby. Let's get it. Yo, so, hey, tune in to my guy, Nathan Snell, who will be going on a little bit later. And, hey, tune in to a lot of things we got going. You know, we got some stuff, a lot of stuff this week. So definitely tune in. You will not want to miss it. I'm excited, man. Hey, for myself, Mr. Sean Spencer, you see my guy over here, the king of late night, Mr. Nathan Snell. Yes, sir. We'll see y'all later, people.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
I am Janae Strother.
I'm Sean Spencer.
We are back.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen.
I gotta go out and hold up.
Come on. The line. Here. The line. New man losing so fine. Kirk Cousins. Woo!
All right.